You haven't gone in 3 days. Your stomach is bloated. You feel heavy, uncomfortable, irritable, and nothing is working. You've tried drinking more water. You've tried walking around. Maybe you've tried a laxative. And still, nothing. What most people don't know is that constipation is almost never just a bowel problem. It is a full-body signal. And the reason most quick fixes don't work is because they target the symptom, not what's actually causing the shutdown. Today I'm going to show you exactly what's happening inside your gut when it stops, and the 5 steps that actually work, starting within hours, not days. I've been practicing internal medicine and gastroenterology for over 25 years, and constipation is one of the most mismanaged conditions I see, not because it's complicated, but because most people reach for the wrong solution first. Today we're going through what actually causes the gut to shut down, 5 steps that restore movement fast, and 3 things that are making it worse without you realizing it. Let's start with what's really happening. Most people think constipation is caused by not eating enough fiber. Sometimes that's true, but in most cases, especially when it comes on suddenly, something else is driving it. Your colon moves stool through a process called peristalsis, rhythmic muscular contractions that push contents forward. That process is regulated by your nervous system, your hydration level, your gut microbiome, and your movement throughout the day. When any one of those systems is disrupted, the conveyor belt slows down or stops entirely. The 4 most common triggers for sudden constipation in adults: acute dehydration, a change in routine or travel, stress and cortisol elevation, and certain medications, particularly iron supplements, calcium channel blockers, and opioid-based painkillers. If your constipation started after a flight, a stressful week, or a new medication, you now know why. Before anything else, water, not coffee, not juice, water. Here is why this matters more than most people understand. Your colon absorbs water from stool as it passes through. The longer stool sits, due to slow motility, the more water gets pulled out, making it progressively harder and more difficult to pass. The single fastest way to reverse this process is to flood the system with water, specifically warm water, which stimulates peristaltic contractions more effectively than cold. The protocol: drink 500 milliliters of warm water immediately upon waking, before coffee, before breakfast, before anything. Then continue with a glass every hour for the first 3 hours of the day. For most people experiencing mild to moderate constipation, this alone produces movement within 2 to 4 hours. Add a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon. This creates a mild osmotic effect that pulls water into the colon, softening stool from the inside. This is the step that surprises people most and produces results the fastest. The standard toilet seat positions the body at a 90-degree angle. In this position, the puba rectalis muscle, which wraps around the rectum, remains partially contracted, creating a kink in the rectal canal that physically obstructs passage. Squatting, or elevating the feet on a stool to simulate squatting, relaxes that muscle completely and straightens the rectal canal. This is the position the human body was designed to use. Every traditional culture that squats to defecate has dramatically lower rates of constipation and colorectal disease. A footstool 20 to 25 centimeters high under your feet while sitting on the toilet can reduce straining by up to 90% and cut passage time significantly, starting the very first time you use it. Most people have never heard of this. It works. Abdominal massage, performed correctly, directly stimulates the colon and can trigger peristaltic movement within minutes. It is used in clinical settings for patients with severe constipation and has a strong evidence base. The technique: lie on your back. Using the flat of your hand, apply firm but comfortable pressure and trace the path of your colon, starting at the lower right side of your abdomen, moving up to the right, across the top, and down the left side. This follows the exact route your colon travels. Perform this for 5 minutes using slow, firm circular strokes. Repeat twice, once in the morning and once before bed. In clinical studies, Twice daily abdominal massage performed for 4 weeks reduced constipation frequency by over 50%. For acute constipation, a single session can stimulate movement within 30 to 60 minutes. Not all fiber is equal when your gut has already shut down. Introducing large amounts of insoluble fiber, like raw vegetables or wheat bran, into a constipated colon can actually make things worse by adding bulk without enough water to move it. What you need in this moment is soluble fiber with a natural laxative effect. Kiwi fruit. 2 kiwis per day has been shown in multiple clinical trials to be as effective as psyllium husk for resolving constipation, with faster results. The enzyme actinidin in kiwi directly stimulates gut motility. Prunes contain sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol with a proven osmotic laxative effect, and dihydroxyphenyl isatin, a compound that stimulates colon contractions. 5 to 6 prunes produce measurable results within 24 hours in most people. Flaxseed, 1 tablespoon ground, added to water or food. The mucilaginous gel it forms coats the colon and promotes sliding movement of stool. Magnesium-rich foods, pumpkin seeds, dark chocolate, almonds. Magnesium acts as a natural osmotic agent, drawing water into the colon. Avoid dairy, white bread, processed foods, and bananas during an acute episode. All 4 slow gut motility. Your gut has its own nervous system, called the enteric nervous system. It contains more neurons than your spinal cord, and it communicates directly with your brain through the vagus nerve. When you are sedentary, stressed, or in a sympathetic nervous system state, fight or flight, gut motility slows dramatically. The body deprioritizes digestion when it perceives threat or stress. Movement, specifically brisk walking and twisting exercises, activates the vagus nerve and shifts the body into parasympathetic mode. This directly restores gut motility. The fastest protocol: 20 minutes of brisk walking immediately after drinking your warm water in the morning. Follow with 5 minutes of seated spinal twists, sitting upright, slowly rotating your torso left and right, holding each side for 10 seconds. This combination of vagal activation and mechanical compression of the colon is the fastest non-pharmacological intervention for acute constipation available. Before I give you the action plan, 3 habits that are silently making your constipation worse every day. 1. Ignoring the urge. When your body signals it's time to go and you delay, the stool sits longer, loses water, and becomes harder. Do this repeatedly, and your rectum loses sensitivity. The urge comes less often. The problem compounds. 2. Overusing stimulant laxatives. Senna, bisacodyl, cascara. These work by irritating the colon wall into contracting. Use them occasionally and they're fine. Use them regularly and the colon becomes dependent, eventually losing its ability to contract on its own. 3. Too much coffee, not enough water. Coffee stimulates bowel movement, but it is also a diuretic. Without adequate water to compensate, the net effect is dehydration of the colon. You feel the urge, pass very little, and the problem continues. 5 steps that actually work. In order: Step 1. 500 milliliters of warm water with lemon and sea salt, immediately on waking. Step 2. Elevate your feet 20 to 25 centimeters on the toilet. Change the angle. Change the result. Step 3. 5 minutes of abdominal massage following the path of your colon. Step 4. 2 kiwis or 6 prunes. Ground flaxseed in water. Step 5. 20 minutes of brisk walking followed by 5 minutes of spinal twists. These 5 steps together address every mechanism of constipation simultaneously. For most people, results come within 2 to 6 hours. If constipation persists beyond 5 to 7 days despite these measures, see your doctor. Persistent constipation can occasionally indicate an underlying condition that requires investigation. If this was useful, hit like. It helps more people find this information, and if you're not subscribed yet, do it now. Every week I put out information that your doctor simply doesn't have time to explain in a 15-minute appointment. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.